Okay. Yeah, it's live. Hello everybody, and welcome to Gemini Twin Ascension. As you can tell by the title, mm, really wonky mood today. I've not really been wanting to talk to a whole lot of people, and a few people that I have talked to a little bit are saying that they're having the same issues today. It's just one of those blah, don't really give a shit, don't want to really talk to anybody type vibes. And so figured maybe get on here, talk it out, maybe help other people figure out what's going on with them. I think part of my reason why I'm feeling so bleh 2 solid days with the karmic kind of, yeah, we'll do that. He had Saturday and Sunday off. We had plans to go see the Nutcracker Ballet, and that fell through. We did watch the Army Navy game with my oldest son, who's home. His contract finished. So we actually that was a good part of the weekend. Got to spend some time with him. And then after the football game was over, um, everybody left. Carmen said, "Well, what are we gonna do now?" And I suggested, and this is weird for me, but I was just trying, more or less, trying to placate him. I said, "Well, we can always go to the bar. There's a bar here in town." I said, "But it's 10 to 1, so it's gonna be boring. It usually is when we go in there." Of course, he starts huffing and puffing. Well, this weekend's a waste, and he gets undressed, lays down in bed like he's gonna go sleep, still whining and crying. I told him, I said, if you want to go, we'll go. I said, if it's boring, we'll come home. It'll at least give us something to do, get out of the house, so he'll be a little less assholeish. So we get up and we go up there, and of course, once I get there, I messaged Melissa and Ophelia, asking them, for to help with a little bit of a protection bubble because yes, I was drinking, and I know how the karmic gets what he expects when I'm drinking. I drank a couple, and I was like, I really don't want to drink a whole lot more. And he said, "Well, do you want some gel shots? I know you like them." I said, "Well, go get me 5." I said, "That'll be plenty." He comes back with 10, and then just I was talking to a few friends up there while we were up there, and I ended up doing those 10. And he said, "Well, do you want more?" And I was there at a table with some friends, and I told him, so, "Well, just get 5 more." I said, "I really don't want to drink a lot." He goes back there and orders 10 more. Of course, I didn't do all of them. Like I said, I was sitting there talking to some friends and Mama Bear on a couple of former football players that I always view as my own boys. And you know, I had fun. I will admit I had fun, but most of it was when I was not around him. And then the night got ended early because some guy got knocked out. Literally, some other guy punched him, knocked him out. Cops were called. Ambulance came in. This guy blacked out. I mean, I don't know what happened. I remember seeing a guy earlier in the night, and he was dancing, having fun. Really wasn't bothering anybody, But like I said, I didn't see what happened. He got out. And when we get home, yeah, I admit I was drunk. And he goes to the bathroom, so I hurry up as best I could, leaning up against the door to do it, and change into my pajamas and lay down in the bed. And he comes in here, and I was borderline fixing to pass out at that point. And he starts, "Well, I guess we're not going to do nothing then." I was like, "I'm drunk." I said, "I'm fixing to pass out." And yeah, I know the whole night he was sitting there thinking, I'll get her drunk, and she'll finally, I'll finally get sex again. And no, because if you saw the post on my Instagram, the "You and What Army" and the angels around it, yeah, I was cognitive enough to understand what was going on, and I wasn't going to allow it to happen. And then yesterday, it was um, the kids come over. We put all this come over, put the Christmas tree up, and when they we went to Walmart with my older two and their boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to say, and then we come home. We start watching a movie, and he falls asleep. So I'm sitting here and playing on my phone. He wakes up and it's like 1:30. What time is it? Like, and I looked at my phone and I think it was 1:28 is what it was. He's like, "You been up all night?" I said, "No, I actually did fall asleep for a little bit and woke back up to pee." And then when he got up and he started watching TV, I ended up rolling over and going to sleep. And he didn't wake up till about time to go to work. And then basketball game, I let him, was letting him know what was going on with the game, like I always do. And then I get home, and he texts me a couple things. He's complaining about his job again, and I was like, okay, lol, and then whatever. He said, well, I guess you're busy. I'm sorry to bother you. I was like, actually, I was painting my nails, and it's very hard to type while I'm doing that, which I put a dark navy blue color on them with matte on it. But it's just I haven't really felt like talking a whole lot to anybody today. And I know, like I said, I don't know. I'm just shuffling right now, getting this deck attuned to me a little bit more. Um, what? And I know I'm not the only one that's going through this right now. Your energies are low. Just interactions with it's too people. You don't really want to talk to a whole lot of people, and it doesn't help that it's cold and rainy here. And I joke with my twin. I say, when it rains, I want to do one of two things. One is either sleep or sex. He's not here for sex, so all I want to do is sleep. um, but it's just a lot of it has to do with this moon energy here that's calling us to do things that some of us have really been putting off. Which for the next full moon, I won't. It'll be dealt with. I've done made my mind up on that one. Um, but it's just our it's a roller coaster right now with our energies. One day we're up, we're happy, we're smiling, we're dancing around, and the next day it's just like, ugh, no motivation at all. And honestly, right now I'm not. I'm still trying to figure out personally why my because we all have our own little reasons why we're feeling the way we feel, and I haven't really quite figured that out for me. I haven't heard from my twin since Friday when he figured out that things we were trying to work on weren't going to work right now. It's not a complete no. It's just not right now. And I told him, when stuff happens, there's reasons behind it. So, as upset as I was, I know that there's a reason for it, and I'm not going to stress over it when things are supposed to work out. They'll work out. It's the way it goes. There's it's not the first time it's happened to us, and until things settle and we can have things the way we want them, it's gonna happen. It's just how it is. And I've been sitting here, love, just happened to catch that. I did get the Gods and Titans deck this weekend, and it's my plan is eventually I'm going to get the Goddess and Sirens as well, and it'll work into the readings a little bit more. You have the feminines and then you have the masculine energies. I think they'll play. I know that's what Stacey DeMarco had in mind when she made both decks. It's kind of like a mirroring type thing to play on both energies, and that's actually the deck I'm sitting here shuffling right now is the Gods and Titans, and eventually I will get the Goddesses and Sirens deck as well, so we'll be able to set that up. But Ah, that was- So first off, we're gonna and we're gonna start the reading. I'm going to that's kind of why I've been shuffling this. It is kind of new, so I'm still not completely attuned with it. So that's why I've been sitting here shuffling it the whole time I've been talking. I'm going to start off with one card to kind of see where the masculine's energy is right now, because I think some of my own kind of flaw today is not all mine. I honestly think some of it is his. He's We talked last week, and yes, I feel you. And I'm so proud of him for this. He's opening up a little bit more, and we were talking about how he's concerned with his job. He wants a little more stability with it, and it's not that he's going to be losing his job or anything. It's they keep bouncing him around from department to department. They're trying. He doesn't believe this, but I told him, I said, it's because you're so good at your job. They want you to help with everything. So right now they're trying to find the perfect spot that he will be the best asset he can be for the company. And it's frustrating for him right now. I mean, I know I spoke about this before. He works a lot. Okay. Um, we have play, which is what he needs, and war. He's at war. So those were more or less him. But I mean, he works so much. He travels so much that he just wants a little more stability, a little more certainty on, you know, where his future's going. And I joked with him and I said, well, maybe the place that they'll figure out is best for you is closer to me. And, I was joking, of course, half I can hope, I can try to manifest it, but I'm not going, it's free will, it's his. I'm not going to, yes, I know you did. I am not going to, push for drastic changes for his career. I'm not. If that's where, the divine and the angels decide, hey, you need to be closer to her, I know that's where he'll be, even though he says, well, relocation is not in my plans. I didn't say it, but I'm sitting there thinking, well, sometimes things that aren't in your plans are, the best thing for you. But if that's what happens, that's what happens. Thank you. I mean, it is what it is. We'll work through all that and cross, bridges that we need to when we need to. So, or again, um, oh, I'm sorry, my nose is still cold. So I prayed, smudged everything off camera before I started this. Um, I don't know because Ophelia messaged me earlier, asking how my nap was. I didn't take a nap. I was just dealing with the kids and just wasn't paying attention to my phone when she messaged me because she asked me how the game was. But again, it's just one of those I don't really didn't have the energy at the time to really talk to anybody. God knows if I would have told the karma, oh, why you're so fucking tired of that because you're a goddamn energy vampire. And so, okay. Okay, so put it out of that. You don't want his energy in my decks. I'm not allowed to touch them. So we will ask the spirit, angels, ascended masters, anyone that has the whole collective highest that is good. Please give us. Yeah, let me finish the question first. Yay! Hey, Ophelia, I was just sitting there talking about you. One card to show kind of what the masculine is dealing with right now to give us a little leeway into, how which way this week is going. Yeah, too many. I said one. Okay. They're jumpy, so I think they're kind of finally getting attuned to me. Uh, I was just sitting there talking about how you messaged me earlier asking how the game was, and I was dealing with the kids, and uh, yeah, I didn't answer you right away. Just really don't. Right now, my energy is really, really wonky. One, please, not the whole deck. Okay, and we have Poseidon. Flow. He's not really fighting with it, against anything. He's just more or less kind of like what I've been doing today, just kind of going with not really into doing anything, just kind of opening right to the side page in the book. It says, expect a greater flow of creativity, ease, or prosperity. This card is a siren call to protect and enjoy the stunning oceans of the world. Uh, yeah, it's basically talking about the flow, protecting the seas. Just, they're really trying not to rock the boat, trying not to fight with the current. So, and in a way that basically describes my twin. He very peacekeeper, doesn't like confrontation, doesn't like to rock the boat. And a lot of them are doing that right now. They just really want, you know, a little bit of ease in their life. Like I said, my twin is, you know, that was a word that he repeated and repeated and repeated Friday. He just wants stability. And, I told him, I said, just, and I say this to all of patience and trust, and everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to. Whether you know, angels willing, whether it brings him closer to me, because I know there are some plants that he works with that are closer to me than where he lives right now, or just finally his work saying this is where we want you to, this is where you're going to be now, which I really want for him. I don't like feeling the stress he's under. He's told me I'm not stressed. I just need stability. This the lack of stability is causing the stress, whether you see it or not. So, just everybody needs a little understanding of that. Yeah, how many times have I told that to you? Patients, they, just, and I think you're finally starting to see that, especially when he starts talking a little more, and after you've been flipping out, and it's like, no, just breathe. It's okay. He's just dealing with things. It's nothing really to do with you. It's just there's my deck all wonky. Oh, just that one. Huh. Pull the deck out, and there's only one card that's turned different because I'm a little OCD because I don't read cards reversed. But we have the Magician was turned backwards from the rest of the deck. So he said, "Hey, look at that." Okay. Oh. while we were at the bar the other night, was talking to Carmen, and I don't remember what brought it up, but it was, something about, being watchful, being careful. I looked at him. I said, I'm not worried. I said, I know I'm protected. I said, I know I'm protected. He said, yeah, you are. I said, no, trust me, I'm protected more than that you could ever. And he started talking about angels and basically saying how he's not really worried about the angels. And I'm just saying, you don't understand what you're saying, because he's talked about how he's, fought with the angels before, and how Gabriel, I don't know how much stock I put in this, what he tells, but of course I can't trust half of what he says anyway. How Gabriel basically abandoned him. No, no, they won't abandon you. You pushed him away, and he doesn't. He tries to, poor pitiful me. The angels won't look out for me. Well, no, they won't look out for you because you've told them not to. I have no sympathy for your poor pitiful me. Everything goes wrong for me because you are manifesting that shit yourself by the way you talk. Where focus goes, energy flows, and that's all he wants to focus on. Nothing ever goes right for me. Well, sorry about it, but okay. Hmm. Okay. I don't know. Have you talked to Melissa tonight? I think she's already been. Come out of there. What is trying to stick in here? Okay. Obviously, there's a reason you're wanting to stick, so we'll see what we got here. We got two of them: disappointment and anxiety. Hmm. That's part of my issue, anxiety over what's coming in weeks. It's just not, I know, blow up that's going to happen when I finally say it. Whoa, too many. Whoa, okay. Well, apparently you two need to come out. Hmm. Somebody's wanting to talk tonight. Okay. No. Yeah. Where my baby? I keep a bay leaf in every one of my card boxes. I don't remember the real reason why, but I started doing it with my first two decks I got, because I got the fairy deck and I ordered my fairy deck and then turned around that same day and ordered the no, I ordered the fairy deck and then turned around and bought the PC cast Wizard of the House of Night deck both the same day. So those are the two decks that I'm most attuned with because I've worked with them the most. But I'm trying to get this as of this weekend. I have 22 decks now. So I try to work with all of them, but there's some of them that I don't work with a whole lot because it's kind of like the Game of Thrones deck that I gave Ophelia. I tried working with it. And it wasn't meant for me. Yes, I was meant to buy it, but I was meant to give that one away because and she connects with it so well, and I'm happy that it works for her. I couldn't. I don't know why. I just couldn't connect with it. So I gave it away, and the day after I gave it away, I got a new one because I bought one at the metaphysical fair that we were at. So, yeah, no, I said no to my oracle, unicorn oracle deck. Use that one a lot. Okay. Huh. This is the Oracle of the Dragon Fae by Lucy Cavendish, and I've used it a few times, but every time I get this deck out, and I look at the picture on the back of it, it reminds me of Emerald Gem so much. She looks so much like her, and makes sense. I call her lady, but it really does. It looks like Lexi. Mm-hmm. Well, could probably do. Well, okay. Until I get my goddess silence deck, probably do. See, Bailey fell out. Probably do, my divine feminine oracle and gods and titans. I really want to wait until I get the goddesses and sirens deck to do that. And yeah, we'll use this one. I'm gonna keep the Dragon Fae book out. Catching myself biting on my lip. I don't know why. Yeah, the anxiety. I'm anxious about something. I'm not sure what yet. Anxious about something, and then we have the divine masculine card pop out. Answered that for me. I know. I feel you, baby. It's okay. That's not my energy. That's him. I know you've gone to bed. Bedtime for you. I'll put you to bed for me too. One thing we joke about all the time. I have Cards for the feminine, please. No, not five, just one. Oh, now you want to try to hold that at me somehow. Okay, well, we can do two. That's another thing we were talking about the other day. How neither one of us are eating the way we should right now. Which for him, I know that's a that's a clear sign of stress for him because he really, you know, is conscious about his body. Um, he used to be fairly big. I've seen one picture he showed me when we first started talking, and so he is very conscious of how he treats his body, what he puts in it, and the fact that he's, I don't want to say given up, but he's not um, as, what is the word I'm looking for here? Vigilant, thank you, of what he's eating, putting in his body. And I know that's what you're wanting. Yeah, it's right there. Just double checking. I'm like, you fucking shouldn't. So, if you've watched this before, you know how I do this. It's messages from the masculine to the feminine, feminine to the masculine, and then message from spirit to both twins. Well, very first card we have from the masculine is the the 10 of Pentacles. He wants that stability. And what was I just sitting there saying that was part of our conversation the other day, that but he sat there and he said, I'm not stressed out, I just need stability. Well, lack of stability, you are stressed out, whether you see it or not. I feel it, I know you well enough. But it makes me happy that he he's getting more comfortable with telling me these things. Most of the time he would just be like, whatever. And I've gotten to where I don't push. I ask, are you okay? And I leave it at that. And he knows that he's comfortable enough that he can tell me whatever he needs to. And that's what a lot of the masculines need. They need us there, but they don't need us pushing at them, you know, not asking 101 questions, demanding that they respond to us, getting upset when they don't respond to us or don't respond the way we want them to. They want that openness, that comfort, that relaxed ease that they know they can have with us. And that will give them a little bit of that stability as well. Knowing, they have that person that's constant in their life, that no matter what they say, no matter what they do, they're going to be there. And it was something I probably, I don't say I shouldn't have told him this, because I told him I'd always be honest with him. I told him, I can't stay mad at you no matter what you do. And he sees that. And it is making him more comfortable, more confident. Okay, she means what she says. I can come to her. If I have a problem, she's not going to judge me. She's going to, accept me, off, help me if she can, but she's not going to judge me. She's not going to be hateful. She's not going to push me away. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, and that is mastership. They are, I like I said earlier, I told my twin, you're just so good at your job, they want you everywhere. And he said, well, that's not it, but thank you for the vote of confidence. I'm like, it is. They want him to be, you know, a real asset to the company. But they also, at the same time, they want him comfortable enough that he's not going to go looking for another job, and I don't think he will. I really honestly think he likes the company he's working with, so he's constantly, to the detriment of his health, constantly working to master himself, to better himself. He makes these long drives for work and he's listening to audiobooks and things like that. Um, so the masculines are working on, mastering their craft, whatever it is, whether it's songwriting, whether it's the engineering like my twin does. They're working hard on that because they know that that can help bring the stability that they're really, really wanting. That is actually there. They're just not seeing it clearly yet. And then we have, where did my book, this one go? Because this is one I'm not familiar with. It's back here. For Kano. It's a rune, which it looks like a bee. Actually, I think I have had this one before. I gotta look. 18. For something small and insignificant, something big will grow. A birth, literal or figurative, will change your life. Take the current opportunity for a fresh start. Keep your plans close to your chest. Silence is wisdom's best reply. And here I'm thinking, secrets being revealed, but in the right time. Um, there's certain things that the masculines are working on, and I've got the feeling about this when we were talking the other day. There are things that the masculine is working on, but he doesn't want to vocalize it yet. He wants it to be a surprise. So he's kind of keeping it, kind of close to the vest, so to speak, and just waiting for the right time to let the feminines, in on their little plans, whatever they are. I'm not gonna go. I have ideas on that one, but I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna speak on that until I know, until I get the confirmation, honestly, because I don't want to ruin my own surprise. And then we have Lady Luna's magic, synchronized with the lunar time and energy, which the lunar energy right now is really throwing me for a flipping loop. What do we have? That's almost like a timeline type thing is the feeling I'm getting. And yeah, it's not just the timeline, kind of giving us little hints on things. It's also a nod from the masculine that, the word synchronize was really standing out in that. And the synchronicities, they're seeing them more and more to the point where they can't really deny them. My ears are ringing again. And then we have 18, and it seems to be popping out a lot because we have the Viking Oracle deck was the 18 card, and then with this one we have Pleasure 18. Um, yeah, the masculines do want us, and I don't even have to second guess that one with my masculine. He makes it quite obvious that he does. So we just do what we can. It's one of those. From the feminine to the masculine, we have the high priestess, and it says secrets to be revealed. So our own little nod to the masculines that we know that there's something, being planned, but we're not going to ask questions. We want to be surprised. We want that gesture that we know is the whole reason behind it. It's not that they're, trying to lie to us. They're trying to hide things from us. This is one of those, romantic gesture surprises that they're wanting to do for us. So they're keeping it a little bit, they may be dropping a few hints here and there, but for the most part, it's, tight lip. No, I'm not going to say a whole lot. So we know that they're planning something, but we don't want to ruin the surprise, so we're not going to ask questions. And then for the beautiful creatures deck, we had two popped out. And they're both wands. We have the Queen of Wands, determination, and then we have the Ace of Wands, energy, which our energies will be coming back soon. We just have to be determined and focused, and the determination and knowing what we want, making our intentions as clear as possible to the universe, not keeping the doubt as far away from us as we can. And then we have Loki, mischievous god. We're telling the, the masculines again, take time to play. Don't be, so stiff and rigid that the only thing you do is work. And then we have the Morrigan, take action. Um, I'm hearing, what are you waiting for? It's a, oh, I can't remember who sings it. Hang on, I'll look at that. Yeah, I got both devices back, so I can do this. It's called "Love Me Like You Do." I can't remember who sings it though, but the part that when I was singing that, I heard her singing this part. What are you waiting for? Love me like you do. It's from the. I know it's from the 50 Shades of Grey saga. Yeah, Ellie Goulding. If I pronounced that right, if I mispronounced it, I'm sorry. I just, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. What are you waiting for? Yeah. Um, we're asking the masculines, okay, what are you waiting for? It's time to, do something about the situation. We have to take some steps forward, and it just, in our eyes, it seems like the masculines are just stagnant, stale, standing still, not really wanting to make any real movement. But I know better. I know I know that my twin is wanting to figure something out. That's why he's been pushing so hard to do some things at work that he's been working on for months now. Almost had it, and then they changed the plans on it, which I know when it's time, it'll work out. But then we have nourishment and assessing from the Queen of the Moon for the feminine. And this is kind of funny because usually it's my twin scolding me, you need to eat, because I don't eat right. I eat maybe, I've ate once today. I ate a bowl of vegetable soup a while ago. It's just, I'm not hungry right now. And I know that the way my body type is, when I do that, it puts me into fat storing mode, and it makes it harder for me to take the weight off, because that's how I lost quite a bit of my weight. I started eating better. I'd eat every 3 hours. And yes, this was at the suggestion of my twin. They said, aim to eat like every 3 hours. He said, roughly 200 calories. Help me with this one. 50% protein, 30, 30% carbs, and 20% fat. I may have to double check with him on that, physically on that one. That's what I'm hearing him say right now. So I do believe that's right. But when you eat every 3 hours like that in small portions, what it does is it actually speeds your metabolism up. and it makes it easier for you to lose the weight. It makes the exercise that you do even more effective. And for a while, I had gotten really good at that because I told him, I said, I can't eat that often. I said, I can't. And he said, well, if you can't actually eat something, he said, get the meal replacement shakes. He said, your body essentially just thinks you're drinking something and it'll be easier for you to take. And that's what I was doing. I would eat breakfast, and then 3 hours later I'd drink a meal replacement shake, and then 3 hours later I'd eat a small lunch, a sandwich or some kind of wrap, and I did that for a couple of months, and it really helped. But then shit started hitting the fan with the karmic. I started getting stressed out to where I didn't want to eat at all, and I kind of fell back into that really bad habit, and I don't like it. I want to get back into the routine that I was in, and my twin was saying the same thing. He wants to get back into that, but it's really hard for him right now. And again, he's I just need stability, and I know that is his way of saying he is stressed out. He will not actually use that word, but he is stressed out to where it's affecting his health, and it bothers me. And then we've got assessing. We are asking the masculines to assess, their behaviors and, the reasons behind those behaviors. Like I just said, my twin refuses to admit that he is stressed out. And I know he is, and I guarantee you, if I was to ask him to show me his hands, it would be the confirmation that I need because that is the one telltale sign. Didn't say it, that he is stressed out. He bites his nails. He is really bad about it. And I've called him on it. And yes, that the whole video, you quit, I quit a while back. I've kind of flopped on that one, but I think I was picking up on his stress energy as well, and I haven't been able to. And of course, guy shush. I know it's an excuse, but with the holidays coming up, dealing with the karmic, I can't yet. I will, but I'm sitting here looking at the cards from the from spirit to the twins right now, and I'm seeing a little bit of yeah. Okay, so we'll get it. They're saying okay, hush, and get into these for us. Okay, the first one we have from spirit is a Three of Cups. Celebrations. Something good is coming, finally coming your way. Um, and it could mean marriage proposals. It could be, it could just be something you really wanted for a while. It's just a reason to celebrate. It means different things for different people. Personally, for me, I know what it means, and I know it's coming. I really do. And then 13, yay. Um, from the wrong book. Where'd it go? Are you hiding my books again? I just had it. What did you do with it? Oh, thank you. Okay, we have a was. It looks like a kind of a sideways, backwards Z. Um, do not be afraid of death. It is just another part of life. You will experience a new beginning once you have completed the current cycle, but not before. Set your boundaries clearly, and you will be protected. Um, sometimes you cannot go through that next door without closing the one behind you. You can't. A new beginning can't start until the old one. And I honestly think that's a kind of little push. You can't begin this other until you deal with, yeah, karma. So yeah, I I hear you, and I know. And then we have this. This was the one that I was noticing. Really, that is kind of mirroring one of the cards from the masculine. We have the Ten of Pentacles again, and this is it says legacy, but it's the masculines. Well, both twins will be getting the stability, the legacy that they're wanting. To be able to leave a lasting mark behind once they're gone because of the hard work that they've put in now. So made the stability, like I told you, I don't know if you even know about my channel yet. We haven't discussed that. Quite honestly, I'm a little nervous to say something to him about it. If you've actually happened to come across it on your own, there was a reason for it. But the stability is coming. Please be patient. Please stop stressing out. Believe it and have a little bit of faith in us and know that I'm, like you've said before, sometimes you know me better than I know myself. Whether you tell me things or not, I know some of it before you do. So please stop stressing. And then we have, what do we have from the Oroki? 34 boundaries. Or you had, but you know I don't know. Which boundaries, you know, I've set that boundary with the karmic, telling him, I don't trust you. That's not happening no more. But he's not, it's not getting through that head of his that I meant, because he'll put, well, I don't trust you. I trusted you to do this and this and this, and you didn't do that. And you know, different people respond to things differently. You don't get to tell somebody, that you hurt, that you didn't hurt them, or be mad at the way they respond because you hurt them. You know, you don't get to be concerned with my well-being when you're the reason my being wasn't well. I see this on Instagram all the time. Lexi repeats it, and I'm just like, yes, you don't get to decide how I react to something when you're the reason for that reaction. But the boundaries, um, it says correct security measures need to be in place. Insurance on property and valuables must be updated. Take, take care to love your pretties, but not to be owned by them. Allow yourself peace of mind with your valuables. What is the most valuable thing you have? Your body. Take care of it. That goes into the whole nourishment and all of that I was just talking about a while ago. Take care of the most valuable thing you have, which is your body. When it gives out, your soul goes on, but we need to learn to start taking care of ourselves better. Thank you, mentally and physically. Um, Allow yourself peace of mind with your valuables. Thinking too much of your security. Take practical steps for self defense and energetic health and well being. Guard your wisdom well too. As with the jewels Oroki protects, can also be that of your wisdom, experience, and talents. Don't give them away lightly. That's the whole, energy exchange thing. Um, there's, it's kind of why I know a lot of our other tribe does it. And I see a lot of people on Instagram doing it too. It's kind of why I don't do the one card pulls for people yet, because it takes so much energy out of me, and I'm not going to charge somebody right now, but at the same time, I can't do it for nothing. I'm working on getting my energy higher to where it doesn't deplete me as much to do that, and then I will start doing that. But right now, I've got the karmic trying to constantly drain my energy there, and then it's already depleted a little bit because of him. And then I do that, and it takes me a while to recover from it. So I don't do that a whole lot yet, but I will eventually. I will get to that. But the boundaries thing, not sure there's a whole lot that really needs to be said about that part. You know, the only people that are mad when you set a boundary are the ones that benefited from you not having it. Karmic's pissed off to no ends that I told him no sex. It pisses him off. But, actions have consequences, and that's the consequence of your own action. You cut that cord that day, and it's not coming back. And then we have from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, we have acceptance. And there's a couple of whenever I was looking at the card, be willing to accept the love, be willing to accept the gifts that are coming your way. Know that you deserve, you know, to be loved and respected and taken care of. And I'm not talking monetarily, like, I hear the karmic, he snapped at me one day, well, why don't you get your fucking boyfriend and start paying for your shit? I'm not doing it no more. Yeah. Because that's not what I want from him. I don't expect, and it's bothered me a couple times that, and I don't like it. That's not what I want for him from him, and I've told him this. That's not why I'm with you. I don't expect money from you. I don't, he has a damn good job. He really does, and he's very well off just by the car he drives, and yeah. I don't expect that from him at all. Even before, I cared about him even before I knew how well off he was. I mean, he told me when we first started talking, what kind of work he did. I didn't ask about the money. I didn't care. I was interested in, him, the things that he likes to do, his achievements and things like that. Um, Scratching, rubbing it because I can see it. But I don't. Because he's made comments before that he's gonna have to spoil me, or I'm gonna run off with somebody else. If you think that you don't know me that well yet, because it's not. Yeah, the card I love. Don't get me wrong, I love the cards. I love my crystals. But as soon as I get them, I cleanse them and get rid of any intentions that the karmic could have possibly had in getting them for me, because I know what it's trying to do. But I have learned to accept that I am lovable. I deserve somebody that cares about me. And now that the karmic has seen that, he's not happy that I can set a boundary and stick to it because I know what I deserve and I'm not taking any less anymore. And it really, really pisses him off. And I don't know if it's Ophelia coming back on or maybe Melissa, because I keep seeing somebody coming on and off. But I'm accept the things that are, offered to you out of love. I'm not sitting there saying, fuck you. I'm not sitting there saying, accept the piss poor treatment that you get from some people. No. Know what you deserve. Accept the love that is offered, unconditionally offered to you. And I don't. I, he just interrupts my train of thought so bad sometimes. Is there anything else? Okay. Something about this card is standing out, so we will. It's from the Viking Oracle. It's, yeah, I don't know if that's a P or a D. Grid geared? Grip geared? Oh, would you leave me alone? 28. I think this right here is kind of what's been going on with me today. It is time to find refuge. We all need occasional respite from the chaos and pressures of the world around us. There is profound sanctity in places that protect us. Silence is valuable now. Secure both the protection of your community and your own peace. Seek the action that will weave peace into the current situation. My sanctuary lives hours away. One of them, anyways, I should say. Mine, where I grew up, yes, I grew up in Kentucky. Where I grew up in Kentucky is a very big source of, you know, safety, security, energy for me. If you've ever seen, what I keep saying, seen the movie Gone with the Wind, which, um, there's one part of it where Rhett Butler tells Scarlett, he said, "You get your strength from, the red earth Terra," and I identify with that so much. You know, a lot of my own personal strength does come from going home, from going back to Kentucky, to where my mom and my mama lived, where I spent so much time as a kid. Um, and I'm really not even sure what started that one. But the strength I get from there, I can't really describe it. And my uncles have actually laughed at me before because even in the winter time, they've caught me outside. As well, it wasn't this past Thanksgiving; it was the Thanksgiving before. Um, they caught me outside walking around backyard, my mama's backyard, barefoot. And my uncle laughed. He said, "What are you doing, girl?" "I just like the ground out here." It's, and I just smudged a nail that I just fixed earlier. Really, it should have been dry already. I'll fix it a little bit. Um, but the grounding, it's, there was another deck I was going to use before I closed this out. I can't remember what it was. That. Well, maybe not, maybe not too bad. I just put a minute to cover. What was the other deck you wanted me to use? And those I'm not sure who the viewer is right now, but hello. Which one? Okay, we'll do that. Wasn't planning on using these, but yeah, the texture on these. I can't wait to get a new set. This will be for both twins. Now we have Gurus, Strength, Manhood, Womanhood, the Wild Ox. It's the rune of endings and new beginnings. Indicates that the life you have been living has outgrown its form. Not, well, events occurring now will may well prompt you to undergo a death within yourself. Since self change is never coerced, we are always free to resist. Remain mindful that the new life is always greater than the old. It's time to let go of something. And now we have to. It's gone pretty good. I've got another viewer that I don't know who it is. They haven't said anything. But, um, yeah, you'll have to go back in it because a lot of it I don't remember right offhand. But there's things in many of the twins' lives that are going to be coming to an end, but they're coming to an end for a reason. Like I said earlier, sometimes you have to slam the door behind you before the door in front of you will open. Slam that bitch, rattle the walls, and shake that new door loose. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I just noticed that Melissa was on here too. Melissa, I am so sorry. Asking my parents if I can stay. Do it. Do what you need to do. Fire call. Yeah, please, please, please protect him. I almost said his name. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're saying one saints and mystics and one angel. Ooh, really strong smell of roses tonight. Whoa, okay. We have Plato, student of the universe, and Saint Sebastian, which you know that reminds me of you. Why do you do that? Saint Sebastian resilience. You braver than you are and smarter than you think. Hijo de puta. Smart ass. I love you though. You really are smart ass sometimes. Plato. He lifts inflicted depressions and opens the heart to experience heart to heart connection with people. The magnificent experiences in our lives. He advocates self awareness of the heart's innate goodness and experiencing deep love through partnerships, family, and romantic connections. He raises the heart vibrations. So Plato is working with us to, um, raise the heart vibrations of both twins for the greater good of everybody. And then we have, where are you, Victor? Saint Sebastian provides his energy to soothe the emotional parts of our being, pulling us back from the depths of grief. He's, helping us get out of our heads over, things that may seem like they're going wrong. Builds a pillar of faith that illuminates from within when our foundations seem to lose ground. And that is exactly basically what I just said. He's able to remove psychic shards lodged within the body's aura, pulling out toxicity directed or misguided, accelerate the speed of recovery, and strengthen intuitive abilities. Hang on. Okay, all I seen was dick cookies. What the hell? Hang on, I'll read it in a second. He reminds us that no matter how many times we are beaten or shot down in the flow of life, we are soldiers of our essence and the heart always rises again. Basically, kind of like a phoenix. Why did you make those? Jesus Christ. Okay, here we go with penis shit again. Okay. And we will do one angel. I asked him if he wanted me to send him Reiki. He said no. No. I don't think he really understands it completely yet. I think that's why he said no. I My angel cards have a silver lining. Wow, that just like seriously blinded the hell out of me. It's got this metal, yeah, it's almost a mirror type thing. And the way I had it sitting, blinded by the light, yeah. It was reflecting my overhead light, and it got blinded. Holy shit! So what'd you get for Christmas? Cop cookies. Nice. Oh, I still got to get my sister. And I don't know what. Oh, I almost debated on getting her a deck. Like I said, she does have one deck, but it's well, it's the original Rider Waite tarot deck, and I don't know. Don't get me wrong, the Rider Waite tarot is a good deck. It's just I don't know. Okay, we have two that are working with both twins. First one we have is the Angel of Relationships, which is 29, which breaks down into an 11. They're working with us, but we also have DT, Angel of Divine Timing. Stop stressing. Things will happen when they're supposed to. If you try to force the issue, we will put a stop to it. Which I honestly think is what happened last week. So, no worries. It'll work out. And I'm biting my freaking lip again. Please stop making me do that. Ooh, selenite's always a good one. I'm here and find her a really pretty piece of clear quartz. Clear quartz is kind of, the all-purpose. That's always the good one, especially if she doesn't have very many crystals to begin with. Clear quartz is a really good one to start off with. And like me, I started off with amethyst and labradorite. And then I got, yeah, the rest of what I got. Which I did finally buy my mom's Palo Santo Saturday. We went down to the metaphysical store before the football game and bought that, and then my Gods and Titans deck. Support. He got irritated with me. Karmic got irritated with me because we went down there, and he picks up this little travel box. It was really cute. It was this metal thing that had a Celtic heart, engraved on it, and it was almost like a matchbox type thing, but it was wood. The piece that was inside of it was wood, and it slid out and had little bitty crystals inside of it. It was almost like a little travel, thing. And they had a couple of different types of them. There was one that was abundance, one was for love, and I can't remember what the other one was. And he was going to get one of them for me, and it was like 20 something dollars. I can't remember exactly how much it was. And I told him, I said, well, if you're going to get me something, I went over and I grabbed the Gods and Titans deck instead. And it was cheaper than what he was going to get me. And then we leave the store, and he said, you did it again. What? He said, I told you no cards when we went in there. I said, well, you were going to get me something anyways. I said, you might as well get me something I want. Yeah, he got irritated with me. I'm like, well, sit and spin, jackass. Ouch. 911. Ow. I don't think there's any other. Was there? Why not? I don't need to spend a whole lot. Mm. Zario, be disciplined in your home and community life. He's got bookies on it. The dog. Has anybody else been seeing a lot of lions lately? I need to look at that because I'm looking in this book. I just remembered that. Thank you for making me pull this book because I've been seeing freaking lions everywhere. Yes. What the crap? Do they not? I could have sworn they had lions in this deck. Why would they not? They don't. That's weird. That's like a really. That's a power animal. Why would she not put lions? But yeah, I've been seeing on Facebook, Instagram, I've been seeing lions everywhere. I turned the TV on earlier and lions. Okay, not a problem. What? Hmm. All right. I think we'll do this final card. It's the ant. It says the cooperate for the highest good of the community, and it's got the Metatron symbol on there. Um, that's just working together to raise the collective vibration. That's what I'm hearing on that one. Um, you can't force others to rise, but doing your work sometimes can help, inspire, motivate them to do the same. So, I think I'm gonna end this because I wasn't planning on being on here for an hour, but I did it anyways. It seems like when I do this, it does go for like an hour, and I need to figure out why I look so washed out because I switched back. Finally got to switch back over to my other device, and right now I look like a freaking ghost. I say that, and it stopped. Weird. Okay. If you watch the whole thing, I hope it resonated. I hope what I've said helped. I know I take a bit to get from the start of the video to actually getting into the reading, but it's kind of an experience based way of doing it. I talk about what I'm going through, and a lot of times it does mirror into the cards, And, chances are if you've come across this video on down the line right now, it's what, December 16th, 2019. If you come across this video down the line, it could mean that there was something that I said in this video that you needed to hear. So, you know, I hope y'all have a good night. I know. That's okay, Melissa. Um, if you want to message me whenever I end the live and we'll talk a little bit. Because I know Jess Ophelia's talking to her twin right now. I just haven't really felt like interacting with a whole lot of people. My dad was at the basketball game tonight and I hardly talked to him either. So, but I'm going to end this. If you want to, just message me. And anybody else that's watching this, I hope y'all have a good night, day, whenever you watch this.